imagine I got some switches. Welcome back to day 2, or part 2, of the wiring of the inside of this car that we've been working on forever, it seems like. So, just to keep you up to speed, if you haven't watched the last video, consider subscribing. Hit that bell notification below. We're making some good progress. We've got some work coming up that you're not going to want to miss. So, let's jump right into it. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some wiring things completed. I started putting on the gas pedal. We're going to hook that up. We've got some clips on here for the shifter linkage. We've also got the throwdown cable from the column here as well. And we've riveted on this slick piece right here, which is going to house another fuse block for some accessories. Ground on one side and positive on the other side. So now we're going to go ahead and start connecting these wires up to that brick there. We've still got some looming and whatever else to do. This turned out very nice. We've got all of this all nicely cleaned up. We've changed all these plugs and soldered and connected them as well. Upgraded coolant sensor. And now we're going to move on to connecting the fan, running those wires and tucking them underneath. Then we've got to make some sense of this and kind of run it around on a separate loom up to the front and kind of wind it over here so we can start doing some testing, get the car started, and hopefully back it out of the garage onto the driveway. So we're going to go ahead and start cleaning up this side now. The other side's complete. This side here, we're going to continue with the grounds, get rid of the old cables, and hopefully get this cleaned up. And for some of the comments I got, this is so far what we've got. A bunch of old wires that have come out. So hopefully we don't double this, but so far so good. Okay, so let me show you what we've done here. So we've run some loom all the way across, as you've seen before. We've also got rid of all this spaghetti. Check that out. We've actually just relocated it over here. So that is the headlight stuff. We've got all the parking lights, the fog lights, everything is all in there. The hood lights, everything's there. So I've found a route underneath that's going to work. However, I do have to take some of these off because it's going to be tight getting through the rack and pinion. The only wire left here that I can see that I might need to do is this wire right here. This is for the fan. I've relocated the fan relay to this side where the battery used to go right here. We're going to fashion a cover that goes over here, and you're not going to see any wires down there. You will see these up here, but that's not really a big deal. So right now we've got a loom running underneath all the way across. We've got the wires all running up underneath the backside here. This is going to be covered by the wiper motor, so that's nice, and won't see any of this. Like I showed you before, we've got some new wiring put into some relays here. This is done. I might change these vacuum hoses for black. I'm not sure. The orange is kind of just something. And then what we're going to do is add a catch can here, actually. I picked one up from Amazon. It's kind of very cheap. And what we're going to do is put some PCVs in here and connect it through this vacuum port right here. So this will run to the booster. And that will be it. We've added a filter. I think I already said that in the last video. It's all a blur. So we're making some huge progress here. This is looking really nice. We're finally getting some of this wiring kind of gone. I did a little bit of alignment there just to kind of straighten the wheels a little bit. One was kind of way off, so I straightened it out, did a little measurement just to kind of eyeball it so we don't ruin the tires taking it for a test drive. We're going to start moving on to the interior very shortly. I have put some lugs on the end of these wires. These are ginormous. I absolutely love this wire. It's huge. From New Concepts, I got this idea, or this vendor from Car Audio Fabrication on YouTube. That guy's got a world of knowledge on car stereo equipment, and the products he uses are top notch. So now we're going to move on to the interior. We've got the power wire running across into here. So we've got the relocated power wires that go through here. They're in a loom. They're going over there. Now there used to be a connector that kind of went through the firewall, and that was this connector right here. This had some wires in it, I guess, for the heater and some vacuum lines for the actuators, the door actuators and things like that. So now that those are gone, this is going to be really nice because it comes apart. And it was a pain getting the wires out because they're all glued in there, but I took the glue out and we're going to re-glue all those new power wires through, and this is going to seal that up to the firewall real nice. What else did I do here? Oh, so in the wiring harness of the car, there's some fusible links. Some of them are easy to find, some of them, well, I guess they're easy to find now that the wiring is all in pieces. But I've eliminated some of those, and I've added a fuse panel inside of the car, a secondary fuse panel to go with the other one. I've removed some fusible links and we put fuses in this fuse panel, and I'll label those and everything, which should be really easy to find. This set of wires that runs out to the back, that is the fuel pump and the turn signals, brake lights, all that kind of stuff. That's there. So that will run out through. There's a little hole up in that corner that's going to go out through that way. These orange wires over here that run out to the outside of the car in a big mess on the floor, those are all the interior lights. So those we will keep somewhat intact. I'm not quite sure if we're going to keep the timer that's there that allows them to kind of fade out. Maybe just be open the door, lights come on, close the door, lights go off. Something like that. Make it really simple. And then basically there's one more wire that goes underneath here for a coolant sensor, which is going to connect over there. And then this can all start to be wound up and put away in that corner. Then we're going to do something special with the dashboard. I want to completely change it around, make it more custom. Since we're going through all this trouble on the outside, we might as well make the inside look as nice. And you'll have to stay tuned for that one. And from this flattering screenshot, you can see I've worked all day, and it was quite hot in here, to say the least. So enough of this babbling. Let's get back to work. Now the car's on the ground and we're going to continue to move to the back. I had wired in that fan at the front, so that's ready to go. We're going to test that out once we get the car started. We've got the catch can on, like I said. We've got some hoses on, vacuum lines, all that stuff's done. Now we're moving on to the back. We're going to start wiring up some solenoids for the air suspension, and I'll show you some goodies I got. So, as you see here, we've got some nice harness. This is actually from an elevator shaft. I think there's about 15 or 16 wires in here. They're grid up till 600 volts, so I'm guessing this should run pretty good in the car. Now I've got one ran already, which you've probably seen. And now all of these are numbered on both sides, this side and that side, so it'll be super easy to find. You've got it running down the side here, underneath this board, and then straight up through where the controls are going to be up around that area. So I've got all this stuff ready to go. We're going to start wiring all these up. Just going to connect each of these wires, one to ground and then the other to the signal that goes out. So basically this is going to be air in to the bag and then air out to the bag. So up and down, and then down here we've also going to wire up a purge valve, which is also going to be electronic. So we've got the front, we've got the back, and our fuse panel down here. Run all this stuff around. It's going to look kind of ugly for a while, and then we'll put some new loom and kind of cover it all up. So once the car is done, I think there's going to be a panel here that kind of comes down and blocks off from this back, and it'll be backlit and a bunch of other things. So all this junk will be covered up. I'll try to make it as neat as possible, obviously, so I can repair it later. And yeah, we'll just get started. So it's getting late, but let me show you what I got here. So we've connected the power and the negative from the back to the front with the control cable here to turn it on, just to do some testing, because as you've seen, we've done the wiring through there. This handy dandy wiring harness we've got here is numbered up to about 17, and we've got 1 through 5, which does air up, air down in the front, purge the tank, number 3, and then we got 4 and 5 is up and down for the back. So we filled the tank, and now we're going to see if she lifts. So what number do we want?
To go up at the front?
Yeah.
1.
Yes. And at the back?
5.
Oh, she's good.
Did I remember?
She's been listening.
3 is purge.
3 is purge. Okay. Where's number 5 here?
Oh, you're doing back first?
3, 4, and 5. 1 and 5. Back first?
Yeah, okay.
Back first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, here. 1. Oh.
What happened?
There's a little gauger. Oh, we got 90 pounds in the front. But
Okay.
it's not. What's the weight? Need more air. Hold on. Quick. There we go. We got 110 in the front. So thank you for the shirt. Courtesy of North 43. Is it garage? North 43 garage?
Turn around.
Fits nice. I finally washed it. I'm going to use it more often. So thank you very much for the shirt. So we'll go down. I'll show you number 2. Looking for number 2. Number 2. We got 4 and 4 and 2. It'd be so nice when they get some switches. Yeah! It works. So that'll be part 2. This is part 2 of the wiring. We got the back done. We got the front done. The fans connected. All good. We need to now get the inside cleaned up. Wrap all this up now that it's okay. We've got some stuff here for the door. We're gonna get rid of some of this for now. Gonna put the door on, obviously. Charging the battery. Gonna mount all the stuff, and then we start putting the dash back together and put the cluster in and things like that. As soon as I do that, I'm gonna cut the dashboard here, I think, and mount all the stuff, and then we'll put the seats in. Once the seats are in, well, before all of that, we're going to connect all the battery here and then start it, make sure it still runs because of all this wiring I did. I haven't tested it yet, so hopefully it starts again. And I need to get a timing gun. I need to find my timing gun somewhere. Not here, it's somewhere else. But, yeah. And we'll switch around because look who it is! Emily's back again! What do you got for us?
Hoping I don't butcher a joke. What do you call it when a bunch of apes start a corporation?
Bunch of apes start a corporation? A bananagram.
Monkey business.
Monkey business? Oh man. Monkey business. Do you have any more jokes for us? Or that's it for now.
I will have more.
You'll have more.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. You've heard it here first. Monkey business is what we're doing here. Thanks so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. I appreciate you all watching. this car is coming along very nice. So thanks again. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.